My name is Blair Overstreet. I'm here with the group of Justice for Earl McNeil, as well as Showing Up for Racial Justice. I am one of the many people who, for a long time, have been asking for transparency. And we've done that through the proper channels. We have gone through the channels that have been given to us to speak out and ask for answers. And at every point, we've been what we're asking is for transparency. And if there's nothing to be afraid of, then there's no reason why they can't release those tapes. And as we follow through the systems that are in place for us to speak out as people who are part of a democracy, and we've been stonewalled every time, I'm also a part of a group of people who, in last week, helped plan and do all the support for a nonviolent direct where we used our voices and our bodies to disrupt nonviolently and with real clarity what it is that we're asking for, which is our constitutional right. And what we were met with was violence. And we were met with unequal violence. Because I look the way that I do, and several other protesters look the way that I do, we were treated in a way that was professional manner, grabbed by my shoulders and pulled out. Whereas my fellow protectors, Tasha Williamson and Mika Glass, were dragged out in a very different way. We saw Tasha being pulled not by her shoulders, but by her hands, by her arms. A woman who the National City Police Department has already targeted several times and treated poorly several times with just exercising her right to speak. And if they're willing to do that in front of cameras to a person who is speaking, then what will they do when the cameras aren't on? Then what will they do when the cameras aren't on? Or when they know they don't have to show that video footage? And so what we are calling for is for those city council members who have continued at every turn to say that they don't believe in transparency, they don't think the people of National City have the right to know what's happening behind closed doors. We ask that they do the right thing and compel the sheriff and the city manager and all the people who have the power to release those tapes to release those tapes. And I would ask you as media to ask them, why can't they vote to put it on the agenda? If they truly believe that that the police department has done everything in their power to follow their own protocol, then why not release the tapes? What do these three men have to gain by continuing to block transparency?
That's right.
And instead of Ron Morrison spending all of his time criticizing those of us who are asking for honesty, for justice, for transparency, instead of saying that we're the problem, he has a responsibility to the people that he is supposed to serve to give them transparency. They serve us. They are public servants.
That's right.
And so it is time for us to spend some time putting pressure on the people who are the problem, not the scapegoating that they've made of us, but to go back and put the onus on the people who are responsible for the death of Earl McNeil. And if they're not responsible for the death, then they have a responsibility to show us. And the question that we should all be asking is, why aren't they releasing the footage if they say that they will be exonerated? So this is what we're asking for today, is for the city council members to vote to put it on the agenda and to do everything in their power to compel the police department to release the medical examiner's records as well as all video footage of Earl McNeil's time. This is one person, this is one case, and what we'll see and we've talked about already is that there is a pattern. There is a pattern here. So let's start with this one case. Let's get justice for pushing the question of transparency and who it is that the police department and city council members serve. Thank you.